Welcome to Monday Jazz and Conversation, presented by a collaboration of 4 nonprofit organizations: Gold Coast Jazz Society, South Florida Jazz, Sunshine Jazz Organization, and the Miami Jazz Cooperative, all of whom are dedicated to bringing jazz to South Florida audiences. Each Monday, Wendy Peterson and Nikki Orta feature the music and talk to the country's most talented and interesting jazz musicians.
So we welcome Ira from his home in Miami to celebrate his 89th birthday with us online. Hello, Ira Sullivan. Happy birthday.
Hey. Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Nicole Henry. Woo!
Hello.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome John Fedchuk to the hang.
Hi, everybody. Great to be here.
The amazing and beautiful and the world's best person, Brenda Alford.
Hi, Brenda.
Live up to that.
Okay, I got some living to do.
The very incredible guitar player, Mr. Go ahead, you do it.
Jonathan Kreisberg.
How are you?
Hi guys, how's it going?
Please welcome to Jazz and Conversation the amazing Joe Donato. Joey D!
Hello.
How are you? I'm so
Good evening,
sad
ladies and
that
gentlemen.
we gave
This
you
is Ralph
stress.
Edwards, and tonight, it's Joe Donato. This is your life.
And now, the hosts of Monday Jazz and Conversation, Wendy Peterson and Nikki Orta.
To do.
Well, hi, everyone.
No!
Yes.
Nick fired.
Oops. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Monday Jazz and Conversation. That's what she was saying.
Yes, it is Monday again, and we're so happy that you're joining us. Sadly, we had a little tech issue.
We did.
No, with a finger, really, not just, a button to push. But we're so happy that you're joining us. This is Jazz and Conversation with Nikki Orta. I'm Wendy Peterson. We have a really fantastic duo tonight, and I do love a good duo.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing about it is that generally our shows are a lot of some videos, and maybe if we're lucky and we have a good connection, we can do 1 or 2 live things. But we really do miss live music, and we want it to be live as much as possible. So tonight we are experimenting with doing kind of like more of a sets with some chat in between. And so we're gonna do a little dance and send a little prayer out to the internet gods that all goes well.
Oh, and speaking of that, and this was also a last-minute change. If you watched the show last week, we were originally supposed to have Antonio Dalfo from Brazil, but the connection was so bad that we just, we couldn't do it, and we knew it wouldn't be a good show. So, of course, we contacted Davis and Dow, and they're like, yep, we're ready to go.
So the thing about them, honestly, is, musicianship aside, because I love what they do, musically speaking. They're fantastic musicians. They are so fun, and they're such good-hearted and lovely people and fun to hang out with. So it really, I'm hoping that for all of you too, it's going to feel just like we're hanging out together tonight and listening to some great music and talking and learning about each other. And I have a lot of questions, about, even though I know
you're going to refrain from some, I hope.
We'll see. So anyway, let's put up did you put up their picture already? Because we have tonight, we are very fortunate to have the amazing Davis and Dow, otherwise known as Julie Davis and Kelly Dow, and we're gonna let them take it right over. Go for it, guys.
Davis and Dow.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having us, Wendy and Nikki. We love you so much, and you are a South Florida institution. So we spoke about how we're going to present our music, and so we're going to present a little teeny tiny set of music and make you feel like you're right in this living room with us right now. So don't touch that dial. Here we go. All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air, with one enormous chair. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely? Lots of chocolate for me to eat, lots of coal making lots of heat, warm hands, warm face, warm feet. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely? Oh, so lovely, sitting absolutely still. I would never budge till spring. It crept over my windowsill, someone's head resting on my knee, warm and tender as he can be. He takes good care of me. Oh, 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 it's lovely, lovely. Oh, so lovely, sitting absolutely still. I would never budge till spring crept over my windowsill. Someone said, resting on my knee, warm and tender as he can be. He takes good care of me. Oh, 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 ooh. Now, wouldn't it be, shouldn't it be, yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely? Wouldn't it be lovely? So lovely. Well, that's the title of one of our last CDs, and we thought we would do the title track to that, and because that's kind of how we feel right now, you know, someone's head resting on my knee, that warmth and that comfort of being close to someone and being loved by them. So that's a beautiful tune. Let's do another one. This next song we're going to do for you is one from our first CD, and the CD is called All Shades, and the tune is called Thou Swell. It's very Shakespearean, and we hope you dig the scat. Thou swell, thou witty, thou sweet, thou grand, wouldst kiss me pretty, wouldst hold my hand, but flannels are cute to what they do to me. Hear me holler, I choose a sweet lollapalooza in me. I feel so rich and not for two rooms and a kitchen. I'm sure would do. Give me not a lot of just a lot of land, and that's well, that witty. thou witty, thou sweet, thou pretty, thou swell, thou sweet, thou witty, thou grand. That's what we do when we're at home. Exactly that. We just don't plan anything out, we just have fun. Did you have fun? Did you enjoy that? Yes. Well, I did too. I had a lot of fun doing that. And, well, that's kind of the premise of what we do, is being a duo, being just guitar and voice. There's so much material to do and so many different things that you can do with it and have fun with. And one of my favorite genres of music is Brazilian music, Brazilian jazz. And so this next song is just a tune that whenever we play it, people light up and they laugh and they have fun, and it's so rhythmic and beautiful. And it's called Upatu, which means the duck. And well, this song was written by João Gilberto, and the lyric, the English lyric, was written by John Hendricks, of the famed Lambert, Hendricks and Ross. So I'm going to grab my shaker, and we're going to do for you one of our favorite tunes called Upatu. Upatu, the duck was dancing by the water. Quack, 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 the rhythm made him think he ought to quack, quack. He was dancing to the samba, the samba, the samba. Oh, so the goose was gaining, passing by. Honk, honk, honk. He stopped and gave the dance a try. Honk, honk. The bossa nova had him dancing. The new thing, the new swing, and a lovely swan swam by in all the majesty. Then she loosened up, coochie, coochie, coo, did that swan. She joined the duck and loosened it the samba too. You should have seen the kind of samba she could do. They did the samba so long they up right in the water. While they were dancing away, ding, ding, dong, dong, ding, 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 dong, dong, ding, ding, dong, ding, oopatu. The duck was really getting into quack, 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 and he was going in a spin, quack, quack. He was dancing to the samba, the samba, the samba, oh, so. The goose was getting passing by, honk, honk, honk. He stopped and gave the dance a try, honk, honk. The bossa nova had him dancing, a new thing, the new swing, and a lovely swan swam by in all the majesty. Then she loosened up, coochie, coochie, coo, with that swan. She jumped a duck and goose and did the samba too. You should have seen the kind of samba she could do. They did the samba so long they up right in the water. While they were dancing away, ding, ding, dong, dong, ding, 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 dong, dong, ding, 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 oopatu. Coochie, coochie, coo, did that swan. She joined the duck and goose and did the samba too. You should have seen the kind of samba she could do. They did a samba so long they all fell right in the water while they were dancing away. Ding ding dong dong, ding 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 dong dong, ding 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 ding. Oop a doo, say oop a doo ba doo doo wee ba ba they out. Ba 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 doo dum dum ba doo, on the ba doo dum dum ba doo. Ba 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 doo dum dum they dum they dum they. The samba, they were dancing to the samba, the samba. They were dancing to the samba, the samba. They were dancing to the samba. That was a lot of fun. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed singing it, and I know Kelly enjoyed playing it. So the last, once again, welcome. If you just joined us, we want to welcome you to Miami Jazz Go-Up. We are Davis and Dow, and we're presenting a little bitty set in our living room, and in front of our little silver Christmas tree from the 60s, I believe. And we're having a good time and just enjoying playing music for you. So thank you so much for being here with us tonight. And we're going to conclude this set with a tune that was written by Toots Thielman. And it's a beautiful song called Bluesette. And I always keep matching water bottles with me everywhere I go. It just works out that way. Poor little sad little bluesette, don't you cry, don't you fret. You can bet one lucky day you'll waken and your blues will be forsaken. One lucky day, lovely love will come your way. Long as there's love in your heart to share, dear bluesette, don't despair. Some blue boy is longing just like you to find his someone to be true to loving arms he can nestle in and stay. Get that bluesette, 'cause true love is coming. Your troubled heart soon will be humming. La dum dum da da ba dum la da dum, la da dum la da da dum, lo do do dee da da da. Bluesette, pretty little bluesette, must be a mourner. Have you heard the news yet? Love is round the corner. Love wrapped in rainbows and dyed with pink ribbons to make your next springtime your gold wedding ring time. Dry your eyes, don't you fret, don't you bet. Good times are coming. Pretty little bluesette, must be a mourner. Have you heard the news yet? Love is round the corner. Love wrapped in rainbows and dyed with pink ribbons to make your next springtime your gold wedding ring time. Dry your eyes, don't you fret, don't you bet. Good times are coming. Long as there's love in your heart to share, dear bluesette, don't despair. Some blue boy is longing just like you to find someone to be true to loving arms he can nestle in and stay. That magic day, oh that wonderful day, oh that's gonna be a lovely day. Bluesette.
like
Oh,
being
no.
in your living room.
Wait, it's not
Right?
yet.
Hang on.
I was told we should sit down for the interview, and I brought a pillow to sit on. And Wendy, which one? Which side?
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
I
I'll
believe
do
it's
that.
naughty. I'm pretty sure. I'm
No,
pretty.
no question about
Oh
it.
my gosh.
How are you guys?
Wait, I'll let you know when I get my wine.
Oh, hey,
Salud.
Salud. Speaking of
salute
which,
to all of
I'll
you,
make it shorter than
and to all of you out there, salute.
as it should be.
there you go.
I hope everybody at home is also
Yes.
getting their drink and kicking back and relaxing.
Thank you.
That was very nice.
Yeah, it is so nice to have like an actual live set. It's
Wow.
really nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and the sound is really good. It's everything is clear. The
Well,
the connection's
It has
great.
everything
Yes.
to do
Knock on wood,
with
you
you and
know.
nothing to do with us. You guys
No,
are
I don't think
I
so.
wouldn't go that far.
From start to finish, just helping us and helping us figure this out, and just being such a gracious and lovely host and hostess. So
Thank you, and we're so happy that you were able to come in
we've
last
had this
minute
plan
and
for years, right?
do this.
Well, the coolest thing is that, you know, for years you guys have been, you know, part of the Miami Jazz Cooperatives, you know, lineup. You come and play, you know, Jazz at the Gables and Jazz at Jackson and the open stage, and you do so many things. And you've been so nice to every time I call you and say, hey, you want to do something for, you know, Ira Sullivan, you're like, yes. Do you want to do something for the show, for the, you know, the Christmas show, which you do have something, you know, which you sent us the other day for next week's show, which we will, you know, keep that under wraps. It will be a surprise.
Yeah. Well, now, I mean, I know you guys have been very active, at least doing these kinds of performances during the pandemic. You were on that right away.
Yeah. You would. We have. We've been fortunate. When March hit, I turned 50, and we had a big party, and then the next week everything went into lockdown. I mean, this is really before we knew, and when we had the party, and then we thought, and he teaches, so
Right.
I said, man, we're gonna lose all our gigs. I just know it, and we did, as all musicians, most musicians had, and we were like, we got to stay relevant. We got to, even if it's to no one but ourselves, we got to
Right.
keep the music, you know, playing, and keep, you know, just learning new songs as much as we can. And we were going 3 days a week, and when school started, we kind of, you know, went to 1 day a week. And then of course, you know, we do have some paid gigs. We did a Zoom gig the other night, which was, we were so scared that it was going to cut out.
Right.
But,
And you're always at the mercy of the damn
you
internet.
Are.
It's,
You are that damn internet.
But
Yeah.
and we're fortunate.
So-
I mean, you know, we're husband and wife. We live together, so
We
it,
live
it
together.
was yeah.
yeah.
It was easy for us to do that, and it was a nice
Yeah.
thing we could do, and so we enjoyed doing it.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoyed listening to you, especially that, you know, the Sunday brunch thing, or the cocktail hours too were great too. You know,
Oh
where
my
we just,
God.
you know.
We stopped doing the cocktail hour.
I know.
Because I like a martini every once in a while, and I'm like, I can't sing, and you know,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm letting people down. It's like, it's not fair.
Yeah.
So brunch is easier.
I don't recall any kind of issues.
It's all in my head. I
Yeah.
know it.
So Deborah Nichols wrote, Julie, you were 19 when I first heard you sing with Richard Shan.
19. Oh, was that legal?
Yes.
I don't know, was it? What were you doing?
I guess that's the question.
Wow, I must have told her I was 19 because I moved to Florida when I was 24. I must have told her I was 19.
That's
Well, you
funny.
just said you celebrated your 50th, so are you really? You really 55? No.
I'm
So
really, oh, well, if I look, it's not my fault. It's
No.
this year.
Yeah, it's 2020.
so where
Blame
were
it
you
on-
before you moved here?
Move my bangs. Sorry?
Where were you before you?
I was in San Angelo, Texas. I live in Texas, and I had sung with a couple of bands from San Angelo. We had done some society gigs, but I didn't know anything. I just knew, I memorized all the tunes on Natalie Cole's Unforgettable album. And
Right.
Right.
we had gigs, and I'm like, I know the arrangements on these songs, and that's my key, so let's do it. And the guys are so nice to me, and so I mean that was my introduction to singing, what I thought was professionally. And then when I moved to Florida in '94, I met Richard Shan, and I met Lonnie and Danny Berger, and they all took me under their wing and were like, well, you know, you need to do this and you need to do that and learn these songs and get your keys. And it was a great
Right.
education.
And why did you come to Miami?
Well, Fort Lauderdale. My mother lived here. And,
Oh, okay.
I really needed a change in my life at the time, and she was so generous to. She said, "You need to pursue music. This is what you need to do, and stop. You know, get out of Texas and come to Florida. And there's a great music scene. There's jazz here, and this is what you should be doing." So my mom kind of did exactly what I needed. She kind of kicked my butt and pushed me into.
Well, that's
moving
great.
Here. Yeah. So.
And Kelly, what about you? Where are you originally from?
I grew up in a small town in New Mexico, but I always loved guitar, and I wanted to major in music, and I went to North Texas, and
Right.
that's where
Oh,
like,
okay.
well, and I mean, it's a great jazz school,
Mm-hmm.
and they're really open. I mean, it's a state school, so it's big, so they take a lot of people, and they'll take anybody. They took me, you know.
I don't.
So, but at the same time, they had these great teachers like Jack Peterson, who taught guitar there, and Dan Hurley, all kinds of great and they were into. Jack would always take the Guitar One improv people, you know, the ones, and a lot of people would test it. You know, people that went to North Texas, they were playing with Maynard, you know, when they were
Right.
15 years old or something. You know what I mean? It's an amazing school and amazing players, so they would test out of Improv 1 or whatever. But Jack
Right.
would always take those students, and he was just a great teacher.
And so you ended up. But you didn't meet Julie in Texas, did you?
I did not meet Julie in Texas. I met her in Florida.
And so how the hell did you get here?
How did I get to Florida? Well, I graduated and I needed a gig. So I did the cruise ship thing.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Uh-huh.
I did cruise ships, and you know, that was always a mixed bag. And one of the bands, Sherman Irby, he's with the
Oh, yeah.
band. Yeah, he was on the cruise ship when I was on there. So I mean, it was a mixed bag. You get some really good musicians and some other musicians, but it was fun. It was an experience traveling, and you do these long contracts, but then you take a long vacation. And I would always go back to my family in New Mexico and Texas.
Okay.
But I decided to stay in Florida, and lo and behold, I picked up one of these rags, and there was.
I remember the rag.
Advertised. Yeah, the rag.
You
It
do
was
remember
the
that?
rag.
Oh
Remember
yes,
the
absolutely.
Heavy
Oh my
metal,
gosh.
into Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh
originals.
my gosh!
You know,
I
they were
can't believe
all-
you said that, Wendy.
And all
It's
the
true.
advertisement were heavy metal, but
I wish
in
we had that
between
ad.
all
That would be
those
great.
was like singer into Ella.
Singer into
Sarah.
Ella and
I was
Sarah
like-
and-
and
yes.
I always loved singers. I love playing for
Have you?
singers. Some musicians do not like them.
I
and They
know.
don't like to play
Yeah,
with them.
yeah, for sure.
But I've always loved singers.
Lucky
And
me.
and so how long before you guys, fell in love?
Oh, Wendy.
Was it love at first sight? Love at
Well,
first sound?
It was love at first sound, but it was kind of like I really needed to get my life on track with music, and when I heard him play, and he heard me sing, I'm assuming we both kind of connected that way, and we said let's start rehearsing and getting arrangements together. Like we would sit in a room and kind of take apart the Tony Bennett, Bill Evans stuff, and make translate that to guitar and voice. And we're like, we like the same music. We have a lot of similar interests, but it was really all business for about 2 years
Okay.
until that
It
fateful
was.
walk to the beach.
Oh.
No, we just kind of slowly melted into love.
That's
Kind of
nice.
Melted. We melted into each other. It was
That's
inevitable. It was inevitable.
It's fun to have, that kind of connection with your partner, and Yeah, let's put the picture of the wedding
Look
picture.
at that.
Oh.
How
With the
romantic.
dark-
And you know who played at our wedding?
Who?
Billy Marcus played.
Oh.
Billy Ross, Eric Allison, and Dr. Lonnie Smith.
Wow, you had quite the
We had a
the
band.
all-stars.
We had a wedding. They were so generous and sweet.
And you
they-
guys look so sweet and young and fresh.
and fresh.
Well, she's still
Yeah.
fresh.
She is still fresh.
Oh, sorry.
Naughty.
In the naughty way, I
Naughty.
mean, of course.
Don't do it. That's all I
Yes.
can tell those young people. Don't do it. not the marriage, but you know.
Yeah.
And what, Julie? So how did you know that you wanted to be a singer? Or
It's all I knew. I mean, really. I loved to sing, and it just kind of came naturally to me. I grew up going to church and singing in choir, and all I did was, when I was a teenager, I would sit out in the garage and play Pat Benatar and imitate her and and Ella and all. I love music so much, and it's just kind of how I connected with myself and just kind of made me feel at home, and my mother knew that. So.
was your family musical?
They, in the way of playing record players and
Okay.
dancing. I mean, my mother played piano.
Okay.
She played all the classics, Claire de Lune and stuff like that. And every morning we'd wake up, and Mom would be playing piano, and she sang a little bit. And my brother is a drummer, and but that's, I mean, as far as.
But
that.
it always surprises me, when I find when I realize that there are people that music doesn't really do that much for them. There's a lot of people that, like the
It's our
music's
world,
in the
yeah.
car, the music's in the house, the music's always constantly
Yeah,
going. We're
yeah.
thinking about it, we're talking about it,
Yes,
and
yes.
and but some people just they don't have a connection to music, so your family playing records and singing and stuff, that's being musical. I mean, it doesn't,
Yes.
they don't have to be professionals, but you're growing up around a lot of music and learning to appreciate it, which is
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have a lot of TV in our house. We had TV, but we didn't watch a lot of it, and we did listen to music, and my parents jitterbugged, and my mom played piano, and we had friends come over and play music and play the piano, and yes, it's pretty much everything that we did. Oh Lord.
You haven't changed a bit.
Yeah, that's my best move, my best pose.
Let's take a look at you through the years a little bit here.
Oh great.
that,
Catholic school, Sacred Heart Catholic School. My famous
that's where you learn to be naughty, I think.
I got swatted. I got a spanking one time for saying a bad word in
Oh.
Spanish. Yeah, it was.
Mm.
That was my one time I got in trouble.
Oh, look at that.
1976.
I think that was Holy Angels. I went to school there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's just amazing.
Wendy particularly liked this face.
Because that's you.
That's when I graduated from kindergarten. Yeah,
yeah. Is there
Holy
anything you need to tell
Communion.
us?
It was Holy Communion. Yes. No. There was a bell in my dress.
Oh, and here's one more. Is that a bobby pin?
I swear to you, I think I had the same haircut. I'm gonna find the picture. And it's almost, and I was wearing a T-shirt, but the T-shirt on the side said "spoiled rotten," but it was almost exactly the same picture. But
is
Full
funny.
haircut. Oh.
I'm gonna find it.
You better find it.
Yeah. Oh, not to be left out though. Hold on a second. We do have a. Let me see where we.
Where
are.
did you put it?
Where did I hide the Kelly? Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, you know what I was gonna ask. So Kelly, did you grow up in a musical household?
No, not at all.
You see?
You see.
Gosh. Yeah. So.
And so how the heck did you find the guitar?
Well, I love guitar.
He's adorable.
My brother got a guitar, and I started taking lessons on it. So, and I don't know. I love music. I think might have been some cousins twice removed that played one time down the line, but my sister could sing really well, and and my brother loved music. So
Okay.
I don't know, but my family was not. My dad and mom, no.
Right, and we have some so we don't have like a lot of pictures of you throughout the years. We have young like teenage.
That's
or
yeah.
that's you with the banjo.
The banjo, yes.
Adorable.
Bluegrass.
And here's a nice one.
There you go. I mean, you look
Gibson,
so just amazing.
Yeah. I know.
so handsome.
Those were the days.
Look at that.
Oh boy.
I could see you like strumming and singing. What song was you? What like?
Oh, it'd have to be the doo 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 doo. What was that?
I don't know.
Dust in the Wind? No.
I guess.
Yeah.
Stairway to
Yes.
Heaven.
Yes. There you go. Oh, my favorite is this one because I'm sure that everybody in the 70s had a velour sweater.
He still
So-
has that.
So I particularly like this picture just because of that.
Oh, yeah.
But my favorite really is, I guess, your rock phase.
Oh, his rock phase. Yes. Hold on.
Oh, bring it
Right.
on, bring it on,
Absolutely.
baby.
Yeah, I think that deserves a full. Yeah, that deserves a full thing. You even have the guitar with
Yeah.
oh.
You know-
Look in the back. I have like 2 others just ready to go.
ready to go. The huge stack behind
It
you.
is really amazing. As we get older, the amps get smaller.
Of course.
Even if they gave us that gear, we wouldn't take it now.
Unless you had a roadie. That
Right.
That's hysterical.
How old would you have been there, Kelly?
That was high school.
High school?
17, I guess.
So, did you start out with playing rock and all that, or did you find jazz immediately as a youngster?
I had a classical guitar teacher as
Right.
my first teacher. So he was teaching me fingerstyle, and then I went into banjo.
Yeah. Well, how'd that happen? Why?
The banjo teacher was so good. He was a great guitar player, and the
Oh.
music store had a guitar teacher, and they didn't want the banjo teacher teaching guitar. So I said, I'll play banjo, but show me some guitar too. But he was this
Good
killer
move.
bluegrass
Oh, that's
banjo
great.
player and guitarist. So it was fun.
and did you always like jazz, or did you kind of come to that later?
Oh, I came to that later. My brother, he loved guitar, so he would buy the Guitar Player magazines. Remember
Okay.
those magazines?
Sure.
And I would just read through them, and there was a lot of rock in there, but there was a lot of jazz. And even the rockers were like, if you want to play good, you should know jazz, you should know your scales. So Carlos Santana, he was like, oh, you gotta know B.B. There was an article, and he said you gotta know B.B. King. You should get this Miles Davis record, So I was like, okay, if he's gonna do that, I'm gonna do that. And I would check them out. I was like, and some like the Miles Davis record, I was like, I wasn't ready for that. But
Right.
the B.B. King was, I gravitated to that. I had to come in slowly, and I think a lot
Yeah.
of people do. I mean,
Absolutely.
jazz is kind of complicated. So,
No, it's not.
but
Fight!
eventually,
Fight!
I loved it though. Once
Yeah.
I really started to understand it and could play it a little bit.
So I've seen a few other duos in action and seen their process. How you guys have a real original way of doing music, and it seems so organic and natural and comfortable. How do you guys work?
Right
Together.
in front of you. No. Well, it started, if I may, when we first got together, like, let's start working on a repertoire. And so we were, I had tons of stuff that I loved. Frank Sinatra, Shirley Horn, the usual suspects. And then I think he brought the Bill Evans and Tony Bennett stuff to me. He also brought the Bobby McFerrin, Chick Corea stuff.
Okay.
He had a lot of stuff that I had. I grew up with listening to Sinatra, Ella, Sarah, Monk, Bud Powell, Count Basie, Duke Ellington, but Bunny Berrigan. I mean, I knew about all the early stuff, but I didn't know about like the hip, like guitars. We didn't listen to a lot of guitar, so
Right.
he brought a lot of that stuff to me. And when we first got together, we started he like, this is Wes, and this is Grant Green, and I learned so much about guitar, but he also had a lot of great good duo stuff. So let's learn this song, or let's listen to this. And
Right.
my process as far as learning music is like repetition. I listen to it over and over again, and that's how I learn. And he's more pragmatic and methodical. And but when we got together, we have to find something that works for both of us, where we can sit in a room and get along. Because I have no patience. I'm like, I have to go on my own and learn and be by myself. And he's like, no, let's work it through. And so, so we would just sit in a room and just kind of work it through in our own process. And then we go away and we work on it by ourselves, and then we come together, and then we would work on the song again. And then I would have ideas, and he would have ideas, and then we just put it all together and record it and see what. And then you play it. If you're lucky enough to get to have a gig where you can play
Right.
a song, then you get that feeling where. That organic feeling where you get to evolve in front of people, and you get that reaction, and even if you don't get a reaction, you just get to play it for people, and then you get something going, and then it changes sometimes. Lines
Right.
change. And
You figure out how it's working, or
Right,
if it
right.
doesn't work, or if it doesn't feel
Right.
good, or yeah.
Right,
And,
right.
and Julie is, she is so creative. I'm like, here are the chords, let's play the chords. And she's like, let's do this. And she is just super creative, and she always comes up with interesting lines and arrangements.
That's
And
great.
she'll just say, and she'll just sing it. Julie's such a natural. She doesn't know how to read music or, write music, but she'll like sing this incredible bass line. I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's do that. And
That's just because she's naturally musical.
She
You can't
is.
teach that.
no, you can't.
That's the
And
truth.
she's amazing. So she's a great arranger. She does most of the arranging, I would say.
Very cool. You know what? So I want to do a couple of pictures of you guys, the duo, throughout the years. This I really enjoyed because
We're calling this segment "Evolving Promo Shots."
evolving promo.
No, you should let us explain some of it.
No,
You can explain as it comes up.
you
please.
can, but what I really like about it, and we might have it out of order
Yeah,
because year wise, but it kind of has evolved. It evolved, and so we kind of put this together. See, so here's our first one. Can we maybe have it on full screen, and it doesn't really make that much of a difference. So sexy and young, and
Yes.
come on now.
Come on.
That's just come on now.
I'm
That's
gonna crawl up on that ladder, Wendy.
exactly.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
look!
there you go.
Now we've got a little bit of.
smoldering look there.
We've
Yes.
got the animal print.
Yeah,
Meow.
My mom made that top.
Oh wow!
I needed some stage clothing, and she found this sequin fabric, and she said, I can make you 10 tops out of all these different fabrics. I've got this
Nice.
great pattern, ties in the back, and my mom is a great seamstress, so she made me all these tops.
Do you still have them?
Oh hell no! Yeah, they're hankered. They're face masks.
Yes, indeed.
Wow, that's good.
Yes, indeed.
That is
Yes,
good.
Wendy. I wear it on my face now because my body has grown exponentially since March.
Oh my gosh! But here we go. So, but you guys are getting like closer and closer together.
Oh,
It
Lord.
just seems like you're just gonna crawl up on him any second.
Yeah.
There you are.
Oh,
You're even.
Mm-hmm.
You're even closer now, and you
That
just
was-
can't keep your hands off him. Now, here we have
Yeah.
another one.
Oh.
And-
Laying down.
Oh, lay down,
Even.
Sally. Lay down.
But
Sally.
then, of course, the album cover really it just got to the point where we just couldn't control you anymore.
Oh yeah.
Well,
What would you like to tell us about this? Was it a Yoko
Well-
John Lennon thing?
Jazz Time said Davis and Dow hump a guitar.
it actually made our album cover made the Jazz Times end of the year best and worst, and it was like worst. Well, to be fair,
It was the worst.
it was in the worst.
Hey,
But
any good publicity, any
That's
publicity
what
is
I
good
said.
publicity.
But to be fair, Miles Davis had a worst album cover too. So
There you go.
Right.
no, but the idea of this was for our Naked album, and I was not aware of John and Oko, and this was my idea. I take full credit. But we lived in one of those apartments that had mirrors, and we're like, what are we going to do for our promo shot for the new CD? And I'm like, oh, let's just get naked, and you sit behind me. And
It's pretty saucy.
Yeah, it is, and I don't know why we did that.
Well, no, we did it because that album.
Metaphorically, we're naked.
Actually,
Musically.
Right.
That's a 347 to be. Metaphorically, musically.
I don't
it
know
is
why I
just
talked you into
guitar
that. I don't know why you
and
agreed to do that.
voice, so we our music.
He agreed to do that. And when
Yeah,
his dad
there
saw that
was-
album, he bought crates, he brought cases of those, and he said, I'm going to give those out at work.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah, but you know how people will recreate a photo later on in life?
Yes, yes. Did
Maybe
do
it's
it?
time.
Did you do one?
Oh no! you're
Oh, no. Oh, hell
talking-
no. No.
No? Don't wanna? For the next show?
Don't need to.
But-
don't
One's
need to.
And so, let me just take a second just to do my normal spiel about of course no gigs. You go, because I was thinking about you mentioned that that your body has grown since the pandemic, which
Yes,
happened
it
also
has.
to me.
No,
Like I
no.
started baking, I started doing the whole sourdough thing. Oh yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But so we have not had gigs. We're in our house. What is there to do but like eat and
Drink.
drink? Exactly.
Eat, drink, and get hairy.
Well, I'm doing well on the first two. The last one isn't working out for me, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nikki, I've seen you. No,
But
arms.
yeah. But the reality is we haven't. You guys haven't. You've done a couple of online gigs, but there's no gigs. So
No.
this is our Monday night music. Our Monday night gig. This is your gig. So
Yeah.
we just want to reach out to everybody if you can, if it's possible at all, for you to show some love to our musicians. We would love to at the end of the night hand them a very nice paycheck, as it
Nice
were.
dinner night for the holidays.
So all of the money that we collect in the tip jar goes directly to Davis and Dow. So, and also we want to let you know that the first $100 will be matched. So, we want to show them some love. And so here's what you do, if you can, and we appreciate anything. There's no like set fee, $10, $20, no, whatever you can. You text the word tip jar to the number 44321. You receive a little message back that takes you to a link that is very secure. It's very, very secure, and you can, donate what you can. And so anyway, the first $100 will be matched. Tip jar, the word tip jar to the number 44321. Thank you. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. So we can show some love to our lovely Julie and Kelly.
Yep. You guys do have a website that the folks can visit?
Yes.
Davis and Dow.
Yes.
Plus, you probably have a YouTube channel, I'm assuming, or no?
We do. Working on putting up more
Content,
content.
as they say,
Thank
as the
you.
kids
Yeah.
say.
Yes. Now it's very necessary. So.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
And how about we hear some more music? What do you think?
Maybe a couple songs, and then we'll do a couple at the end. How
Yeah.
about that?
So let's do like two or three songs, or however you want to. Two songs.
Two's
Yeah.
good.
Two for tea.
Two.
Got it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Woo woo!
Let me
Ladies
move
and
my chair out of the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, the guitar humping duo.
Backed by popular. Oh my God.
Oh my God, Wendy. You too. Seriously. Oh my gosh. All right. We'll do late show.
Sure.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
One more time. Gee, it's cozy in the park tonight. When we gotta love you, hold me tight. Stars up above, they seem to know we're putting on the late show. Hear the crazy music in the trees. See the flowers dancing in the breeze. Oh man, moon begins to glow. He's joining on the late show. Birds that should be dreaming started a chirping a song. while fireflies are scheming. We kiss all night long. Then we amble back to my front door, say goodnight and then we kiss some more. Guess you know I love you so. It started with the Late Late Show. Birds that should be dreaming started chirping a song while fireflies are gleaming. We kiss all night long. Then we amble back to my front door, say goodnight and then we kiss some more. Guess you know I love you so. It started with the Late Late Show. Guess you know I love you so. It started with the Late Late Show. Boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah. So we're gonna do one more. Hey Maxine, we love you so much. Good to see you tonight, and thank you for joining us. This next tune is a Duke Ellington tune, and it's called "I'm Beginning to See the Light." One more time. I never cared much for moonlit skies. I never winked back at fireflies. But now that the stars are in your eyes, I'm beginning to see the light. I never went in for afterglow or candlelight on the mistletoe. But now that the lamps turned way down low, beginning to see the light. Used to ramble through the park, a shadow boxing in the dark. Then you came and caused a spark that's a world on fire now. I never made love by lantern shine. I never saw rainbows in my wine. Now that your lips, they are burning mine, beginning to see the light. to see the light.
Woo, 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 woo.
We were like,
So,
Thank you.
yeah,
beautiful.
influences, Julie. Who are your
Can you
influences?
hear me okay?
Yeah.
Ella, for sure. Ella Fitzgerald. And,
Okay.
but since I met Kelly, I mean, really, I love instrumentals so much. I love Kurt Elling. I love instrumentalists more than I ever have, though. Believe it or not, Errol Garner,
Sure.
Oscar Peterson. Just the lines are so interesting and intricate, and yeah, Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
The classic.
Yeah, because I also do Late Show,
Yes.
and I learned that from Dakota Staten, who's not
Yes.
like a huge, like she was not a household name, but fantastic, singer.
Yes, and she recorded that album with George Shearing, I think in '55 or something like that. That was her big debut, right?
Yeah,
Or
because you
what-
guys
it
are
wasn't with George Shearing.
you guys are the recordophiles. You
Oh,
have
I
the,
love that you guys have vinyl.
Yeah.
And you
We
can
do.
see their wall is decorated with covers,
Yeah.
album covers.
Yeah. Wait, pull
Pick
one
one
out.
at random.
Let's pull
One at random.
and see who it is. Uh-oh.
It's so cool.
Oh!
Who is it?
Oh!
Let's see.
Ronnie Cooper. I love Ronnie
Oh,
Cooper.
you know what? That is
George
one of the first records that I had, the George Benson cookbook.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
When I
Dr.
was
Lonnie
growing up,
Smith.
yeah,
Dr.
for sure.
Lonnie's on that one.
Dr. Lonnie's
So-
on it, and we had no idea. And Ronnie Cooper, I fell in love with him. He's the master on this album as far as I'm concerned.
That's
It's
good stuff.
amazing. Yeah.
Here's another random. I just grabbed it.
Oh yeah,
Peggy,
can't go wrong.
Peggy Lee, come on now.
Hey, you know what? Before we ask you about your influences, Kelly, we have seen both Rose and Ramachis, I assume, are watching, and so
And
Paul
Paul.
Shuchuk is here. So let's show pictures. You guys have at one point did a great collaboration, right?
Yes,
We did,
yes.
yeah.
With
We did.
what a great thing this was. I loved watching you guys play.
Whose idea was that, or did that just come upon you over a dinner party?
That was Paul Shuchuk. Well, we have always, since we've known Rose and Ramatiz for 25 years, since we've lived down here, we've always teased each other about getting together and playing music. And then Paul Shuchuk, out of the blue, said, I have this idea that I want to put this group together. And the whole thing was his idea about getting all of us together and putting these songs together. And Giselle Braz, and it was just magical.
Oh,
Just
and,
magical working with them.
I
Yeah.
mean, Ramachis and Rose, I mean, wow, they are so incredible. They are amazing.
Yeah.
So,
And
it's
yeah,
such
and then-
fun to play together.
Actually, and we got to see that.
Yeah, I
one
was going
night.
to say,
It was-
seeing you guys play together, like the two duos together,
Fantastic.
guitar singer,
Yes.
guitar singer. It was so great. It was what a great concept.
Well, kudos to you, Paul, for a great idea, and of course that's Gertz Kuyak that was playing drums.
Yeah,
And it was really, the fun part of that, of course, was that you were, you sound great individually as your respective duos, but when you played together, there was never any sense of a competition or anyone stepping on anyone's toes. It just it felt
No.
like a group,
Well, when Rose and I, who are the singers, when we got together and when we would rehearse, which was a lot, and which I loved, because I always learned something from being with her, because she's so selfless, and
yeah,
and I think we have very similar personalities, so we gelled instantly, and we could look at each other and just sing a note and know where it needs to go naturally, and it was so organic. It never was pushed or, it never felt uncomfortable.
that
And
came
if-
across for sure.
If I needed support, she was there on stage or in rehearsal, and vice versa. It was just always this beautiful,
Yeah.
fluid relationship.
And I think Ramatiz and I have a similar philosophy in
Yeah.
that really we're supporting the singer.
Yeah.
I mean, the singer, and Wendy, I'm sure you know this, singer is.
It's all about the
Yes.
singer.
All about us. But Ramatish and I think we come from it the same way. Like, you know, we're and then that just I always he's doing. I mean, when he plays behind me, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
he's amazing. You know.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
The support is it's great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice, definitely is a nice concept. So, Kelly, who were your influences?
My influences, oh gosh, I'm just a guitar. I love anything guitar, so I'm just constantly listening to different players. But I mean, the king of the mountain, I guess, would be Joe Pass. You know, I mean, especially in the duo situation.
Well, I
Right.
feel
He
bad
was
that we didn't get
just
him a Joe Pass sticker.
Yeah.
So
magnet.
fluid. Well, George Benson is, I have so many, but
Yeah. Joe Pass is
George
brutal.
Benson.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Joe is amazing, and then I'm always finding, I like players like. Have you ever heard of Clint Strong? He's like.
I have not.
No?
He's this guy at North Texas. I don't know why he never made it. He's just like this. He's the most amazing guitar player most people never heard of. But
Yeah.
he was just like this bebopper. Here's a sticker.
Hold on. Let's.
The George Benson.
Wait, no, hold on a second. Let's do this. Wait a minute. There you go.
That's George.
Oh.
That's a gift from Nikki and Wendy.
It's a refrigerator magnet, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We won't tell you why we bought it, but we knew that he really likes George Benson.
Well, you know, I had something really interesting to say, and now I completely forgot.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Good.
It's my fault.
I'm glad you forgot to say it.
No, it was musical.
Don't worry. The
Damn
minute she
it.
remembers, it'll.
All right.
It was musical.
I
Yeah.
love you.
Well, we have a whole bunch of great photos that you sent of, some illustrious people that you played with, and why don't you just talk us through some of these pictures here in no particular order, of course.
I didn't know it was
Just-
time to sit.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay. We just moved to. We just really came out with our first CD, All Shades, and this particular festival was our first big one as a duo together, and singularly. It was the Bonnet House Jazz Festival, Peanuts Hucko, and Count Basie Orchestra. It was amazing for us. It was a huge honor, and we were so lucky, so glad that they used our picture, and
Yeah.
Right.
and it was just a great experience.
This must have been fun for you, Kelly.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's
You recognize who
Bucky
that is,
and
Yeah. Bucky Pizzarelli.
and Ken Poplowski was on that gig, and Aaron Weinstein. It was actually the violin player is Aaron Weinstein, and he's amazing. But it was his gig, and it was like it was down here in one of these these places where they have their own theaters, and
Right.
we knew the presenters, and they were like, I'm going to ask them if you guys can play, because we were the first group that the presenter wanted to do a jazz thing, and nobody
Right.
wanted to do it, but we were one of the first groups he had play at the thing, and then he was getting like Chuck Mangione and all these big names, but he was like, I want you guys to play with them, and I was, on one hand, I was so excited, on the other hand, I didn't want to be like, you know what I mean? You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was fun. They were so nice, and
We ate pizza with them that night.
yeah,
at
we
dinner.
ate
Oh, how
pizza, and
cool.
Bucky was
Yeah,
like
very lovely.
so cool, and the whole group was just super nice. And, what do you want to do? And
Yeah.
we were like,
Nice.
yeah.
And you have already mentioned Lonnie, and
Right.
you guys got to work together quite a bit, yeah?
Yeah.
That was the Centrist Jazz Brunch, and
Right.
that was one of our first ones. And when we first moved down here, I knew Lonnie before I knew Kelly, and I thought, well, I mean, gosh, I'm hiring a quartet. Let's hire Lonnie and James
Nice.
Martin on drums, and
Yeah.
the classic guitar trio sound. Yep. And that was, we had a steady jazz brunch at a place called the Bookstore Cafe. I think it was on Commercial.
Yeah. It was on
And that's when we met Dave Hubbard, and
Nice.
we met so many nice, amazing musicians. We had David Wertman with us on upright bass a couple of times.
Wow.
Yeah, but working with Lonnie was just otherworldly.
Yeah.
Really.
He's incredible.
Such a great teacher.
He really was so
Talk about
great.
somebody that can just lift the whole thing up.
Don
Just-
Right.
Kaufman,
Eric
amazing.
Allison.
Eric Allison, who
You-
now lives in Canada.
You look like you're streaming the Anita O'Day.
Exactly.
You know, the Anita O'Day
This was for
Newport Jazz Festival.
who was that? Friends of Jazz, or I think it was a
Oh,
Friends of
okay.
Jazz concert.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I should get something that looks.
One of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys, you are particularly really good at like the whole kind of look and theme and things like that. Here's like a Hollywood.
Well, that's a show we put together for the Norton Museum of Art, and it's a tribute to the golden age of Hollywood. You know, people like themes, so we put
Yeah.
a theme together, and I just happened to have a dress and a feather
And a
boa.
stole.
Yeah, and yeah, the slideshow presentation.
We'd put the and speaking of the holidays, here's a picture of you guys doing Nikki's fingers are getting happy again.
Oh,
Doing a holiday theme show.
That's-
And
yes.
you're definitely being naughty. You can tell.
Always naughty.
You can
Always.
absolutely tell. Yeah.
And this is a Gold Coast concert, and
Oh.
Gold Coast, of course,
Yeah.
is one of our sponsors.
How did you
And
know
you-
that?
And you guys just did a Gold Coast show on a live stream, which was great.
Thank you. We
We're
did
so-
a holiday. We did a holiday themed show at Bailey Baca,
Concert
I
hall.
think they call it. Yeah, and it's so Martin Hand does these regular Taste of Jazz shows, and there was a particular point where he couldn't do a show, and Pam asked us to step in. And we did a regular, Taste of Jazz, but I said, let's try something on location. Can we, rather than, just doing it out of our house, I don't know how the sound is going to be. And they said, well, we got engineers that aren't working, and
Right.
and sound techs, and all these technicians that would love to work. So let's do it at the theater. And so we did.
Cool.
So
Nice.
It was
And that was with, of course, Federico Britos,
Yeah.
who's
Yes.
one of the really nice
Oh.
guys on the scene.
He
So
is,
great.
And I love gypsy jazz. That, like I say, if I hear, I love Django and that stuff. And Federico's one of the best in the world. For
Yep.
sure, musician.
Yep.
So it's always amazing to play with him.
And here's going back a little bit.
Yeah. O'Hara's.
Oh, O'Hara's.
That was
wow.
O'Hara's
Yeah, good old days.
with
That
Jesse
was-
Jones and Danny Berger.
That was my college. I mean, that was my school. Is like when I was like 24 there, and I moved here, and it was like
Oh, look, Jesse's with us.
singing. With them.
Nice.
Hey, Jesse.
Jesse tried to teach me how to dance on stage, but he gave up the first night.
Oh, I mean, yeah,
Just be still and sing. It's okay.
right. It's
No.
another case of one of the, he makes it look easy,
He
right?
does it.
He makes
Yeah.
everything look easy, and he's such a great teacher and
Yeah.
a human being. Yeah.
And this is you guys doing one of the Jazz in the Gables for Miami Jazz Cooperative
Yes.
with Frank Consola and Rick Katz.
Yes.
So that's so great. We've put on a lot of great shows, and it's like just so heartbreaking
I know.
that
Yeah. Oh wait, there's a few more. We're not done. This is believe me.
oh,
Look at
we've
that.
got the best
Lord.
Best of Broward.
the best of Broward. Yeah.
20 years ago, everything was just the best.
It doesn't. How did it go by that fast?
I don't
and
know.
This was. I don't know what year this was, but I'm sure the Dolphins weren't good that year. Now we have a team that we can actually get excited about, even though they lost the last game. They're solid. So you did the
Yeah.
national anthem, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
That was the Marlins World Series.
Yeah. And
Oh, was it?
Oh.
Well, there you go.
It
What
was
do
a
I know?
playoff. It was a
I just
playoff.
saw the
We saw the
Dolphins thing
logo.
up there.
Yeah.
Cool.
it was
And Julie, you do need to explain this one.
This Nicole Henry.
Oh.
Are you trying to hypnotize her?
Yes. We were all up at APAP in New York, and I will
Okay.
make this story short. And we were at APAP in New York, and we were showcasing up there, and I think Nicole may have been showcasing, and we didn't plan on being there at the same time, but it happened to work out that way. And Paul was there and some other local musicians, and we were in the airport there, LaGuardia, and all the flights had been delayed. And so I think we may have had a martini.
How many?
I don't know. And
It's all blurry.
I have a collection of finger puppets, and don't ask me why I had them with me, but I bought some on the streets of New York,
Okay.
and I just had them with me.
And Nicole Henry just played along.
I may have asked
She's
her.
a good sport.
It's,
We were
finger
having
puppet
fun.
theater.
It was
You
finger
should,
puppet off, and
see the video.
I think she won.
Wow.
Oh, that's funny. And not that many people know what a good mimic you are and a good
Yes.
impersonator. But we have a couple of pictures of you impersonating me.
Recently,
on our
recently
show.
you have gained some fame as a doppelganger for Wendy
Yeah,
Peterson.
which is
So
just-
let's just
Absolutely hysterical. I mean, my own son called me that night, and he's like, I don't know what's going on here. I really don't.
And
But-
what's really funny is, as Wendy's doing this show, this was one of our broadcasts, Wendy's night,
Yeah.
in fact, and Jim Gazer's. And of course, we're sipping wine, and you sip wine, and all of a sudden she's sipping wine.
Oh, and I would laugh, and you would laugh, and then I would be self-conscious, like, oh my gosh, do I laugh like that? What's going on here?
Yes. So there you have. Right, exactly.
I don't laugh like that, do I?
But I like the twirling, the hair twirling.
Yeah. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
You are.
Oh.
And you are quite unique. I got to tell you, Julie. This is that's all of that we've been showing and speaking about. Is you very tame. You are very energetic.
Yes. You're a nut. That's what you are.
A nut.
Well,
That's what I'm trying to say.
In the best way.
Thank you.
In the best way.
very
So I want to ask you. So what do you think is on the horizon for y'all? Are you planning another CD? Are you? What should we expect from Davis and Dow?
Well, Wendy, I think we're going to go to North Dakota because it's just not cold enough down here.
Exactly.
Do you want to
Hey, didn't you guys just do a sort of, or attempted to do some sort of outdoor concert from the Carolinas?
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to send you pictures. we actually did this when school let out. I was telling Kelly, I said, we need to get out of town because this is. I just want to
Still
go
crazy.
see our. Yeah. So we have some friends that live in North Carolina. A couple of different friends in Weaverville and Bakersfield, and fortunately they have room and land, lots of land, because as you know, there's lots of land, mountain greenery. It's beautiful up there, and so
Yeah.
we said let's take a little road trip and ask our friends if they would be willing to, sponsor a yard or an outdoor concert, front porch concert. So we did a couple of them, and they were quite successful. We had a great attendance at both of them.
Nice.
And we were able to just, see some of do a little bit of hiking and
It's good for the
go to
soul,
the
isn't it?
Biltmore. It really was, and get the fresh air and just connect with people with music, even though it was from afar. But
Right.
you could tell they really appreciated it because they hadn't seen it for so long, and
Yeah.
we hadn't played for people. I mean, we do virtually.
Yeah. It's a whole different animal.
The energy and the vibrations are completely different.
Yeah.
And I'm a hugger, as you know, Wendy, and so I was like, oh my gosh! I got very, emotional. I love that. I love that we were able to do that. But I think that everybody should definitely reach out if they know people that live in another state and if they have the ability to put on these yard concerts or front porch concerts. It's a great way to connect.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
yeah.
So you got some. So you have been recording, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, we recorded this summer. When school starts, it's like.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But we're about halfway done, I would say, and we're actually we're the goal is this is my last week of teaching, so
Okay.
we want to try and see if we can finish it up over the little winter break. And go back in there. And it's going to be a tribute to Joe Pass and Ella.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Oh, that'll be fantastic. Tell me one song that's on it that I'm going to love.
Oh, that you're gonna love.
Yeah.
Everyone?
Tis Autumn.
Oh yeah, that is a great, and that it is a great song and a great melody. And who would have thought that, la di da, tis autumn, but it works so great. It's such a quirky little. That is a great song.
It's a cute song.
First time I
Yeah.
heard Dave Frischberg was doing it, and then of course Blossom Dearie has done it, and it is quirky. I agree, but Joe and Ella do it a little bit different, and but I love stuff like that, quirky, weird little fun
Yeah.
melodies, earworms.
Yeah.
Right, right.
And speaking of teaching, we have a couple pictures of Kelly teaching. How do you enjoy teaching? Are you liking it? Are you?
Right now, I love it.
Because you're doing it from home, or no?
Well,
or
no,
are you?
no, because I really do love it.
Oh, because you have a
I
gig.
am so thankful. Yes, and I teach middle school, high school, and so it's not a college level, but it's a lot of fun, and sometimes my students really surprise me. It's a prep school, and we're a boarding school, so we have a lot of international students. So they're playing pipas, the round. The bigger ones are the pipas, and the round one is I can't remember the name of that one.
Oh,
but,
wow.
They had played a song, and I thought it was so cool. One of them was in my guitar class, and she played guitar too. But I was like, maybe we can do one of these. So I listened to their version of this Chinese song, and I wrote it out for all the guitarists, and it was actually
cool.
pretty hard. But my better guitarist really worked on it, and they could play it. So we did this whole thing with them. It was a lot of fun.
That's amazing. Yeah, this to me looks like like a joke. Like how many guitar players does it take to to whatever?
Here's the deal with middle school and high school, and it's becoming more popular in college too. It's guitar ensembles.
Yeah.
So we have. I also mix it up with in fact December tomorrow where they're all doing solos, like guitar solos. But at the end of the year, we do these ensemble pieces, so every song has 3 or 4 parts. And if you can see, that's Guts playing drums back there. It's not.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's not an old student that flunked.
Ringer.
We don't know that, Kelly.
But anyway, and we do a lot of different things. So, and it's
Very
fun
cool.
to do that. And that's kind of the theory behind, that's how a lot of middle school and high school guitar is being taught.
So are they playing like bass guitar and like alto guitar and soprano guitar kind of thing, or?
But like each part will have, there'll be a part 1, a part 2, part 3. So like we've done Habanera, we did St. Louis Blues.
Okay.
We've done some classical stuff. We did Beethoven's Fifth.
Cool.
So we do different things like
And
that.
it sounds
Very cool.
It sounds really beautiful.
I'm sure at the end it
Hearing
does.
that many guitars.
Because I've seen these things from their inception, and it's a little bit, you have to have patience knowing it will become good.
He is a patient, amazing teacher. He's incredible, and he really does have the patience to marry me and to be with me for 25 years. The patience of a saint. And when he took this job over from Jorge,
George Garcia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm just like, are you gonna make it? And because it's a lot of kids playing guitar, and it's very challenging, and you do have to have a lot of patience, because a lot of kids think that guitar is easy.
Right.
And I know that you probably already know this, and I'd say singing is easier, honestly. And he's amazing. He's really patient and kind, and he's got the right temperament for it.
Oh yeah, it's not a given that a person is a great player, a great musician,
is a good teacher.
is going to be a good teacher. They're 2 different skill sets.
You give some students the parts that's their part.
Right.
Right. Give the other student.
Right. And still they hit the wrong string. Right.
And then some students you plug in. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're in good hands.
Right. That's fantastic.
They all have
Literally.
fun, though. And look,
Yeah.
is anybody ever, I don't know, I have some really good players. I mean, some are doing high level classical, because again, like in the academic world for middle school, high school, a lot of it's classical. So, I mean, I have
Sure.
students doing Asturias, you know, and some high level classical
Yeah.
And then one kid doing that Barry Galbraith.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
have
he's
you know,
really
a guy
beautiful.
doing Here's That Rainy Day, and it's a Barry Galbraith
Oh,
arrangement,
nice.
and he's doing really well with it. And, you know, so
Nice.
I get some that love jazz and some that love other things.
Right.
And
But
I
you
get-
enjoy it.
I love
obviously.
it. I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Good.
Good. That's what's important.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, would you like to finish off the night with a couple of tunes for us?
Yes, we would. We'd love to. Thank you.
Yay, yay, yay.
And we'll come back and say our goodbyes, our sweet parting, and such sweet sorrow
Yes.
moment.
Yes. Yes. Very Shakespearean of you.
Hey, there you go.
Okay.
Davis and Dow.
And there you go.
To do.
Good morning, you.
The moon and you appear to be so near and yet so far from me. And here am I on a night in June, reaching for the moon and you. I wonder if we'll ever meet. My song of love is incomplete. I'm just the words looking for the tune, reaching for the moon and you. The moon and you appear to be so near and yet so far from me. I'm just the words looking for the tune, reaching for the moon and you. Well, that's a tune that I think Ella Fitzgerald, I heard her sing years and years ago, and from an album called Clap Your Hands. Here comes Charlie. It's a beautiful album, and if you want it on vinyl, come on over and you can hear it. In the meantime, we're going to do a tune that was written by Dave Brubeck. Am I right? Iola Brubeck wrote the words, and Paul Desmond, sorry about that. And this is a tune called Take 5. And on that note, we want to thank you all for joining us tonight. Won't you stop and take a little time out with me? Just take 5, just take 5. Stop your busy day and take the time out to see I am alive, I'm alive. Although I'm going out of my way just so I can pass by each day, not a single word do we say. It's a pantomime and not a play. All I thought for me, send the tingles down to my feet. When you smile, it's much too discreet to send me on my way. Now wouldn't it be better not to be so polite? You know that you could offer a light. Start a little conversation now, it's alright. When you take 5, just come and take a little time out with me, baby. Just take 5. Stop your busy day and take the time out to see, boy, that I'm alive. Although I'm going out of my way just so I can pass by each day, not a single word do we say. It's a pantomime and not a play. All I thought for me is send the tingles down to my feet. When you smile, it's much too discreet to send me on my way. Now wouldn't it be better not to be so polite? You know that you could offer a light. Start a little conversation now, it's alright. When you take 5. Won't you stop and take a little time out with me? Just take 5. Stop your busy day and take the time out to see, boy, that I'm alive. Although I'm going out of my way just so I can pass by each day, not a single word do we say. It's a pantomime and not a play. All I thought for me is send the tingles down to my feet. When it's not much too discreet to send me on my way. Now wouldn't it be better not to be so polite that you could offer a light? Start a little conversation now, it's alright. When you take 5, when you take 5, when you take 5. Sometimes all you got to do is take 5. Sometimes all you got to do is take 5. Just take 5. Just take 5. Just take 5. Just take 5. When you take 5.
Yes, indeedy. The marvelous Davis and Dow, the divine Davis and Dow, the decadent Davis and Dow, the delicious, the decadent, delicious, devilish Davis and Dow. You got
That
your
was-
naughty pillow?
Uh-oh. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yes, yes, yeah.
This has been such a fun evening.
Thank
You guys are so great, and I'm sure the audience,
Yeah, thank you for sharing your stories and your pictures and your music with us.
Oh my gosh.
That's one of my favorite things about doing the show is getting to learn more about the backgrounds and, seeing
Yeah.
seeing the stuff and getting the lowdown.
Well, you got some lowdown, all right.
Yeah. And that's the stuff you sent us, the stuff that we could see.
Yeah,
Well-
that we could.
All right. No,
I
that
didn't
was.
know if you were going to outsource your pictures.
No,
So I thought I'd just give you everything.
She sent like 100 pictures.
I know.
No, to be fair, you said overspend on sending me pictures.
I did. I know.
And we spent hours like going through boxes from storage. Like I hope.
Was that fun?
It is
It
fun.
was fun. It was a lot of fun because we realized we've had a really great life. I mean, we've really had some amazing experiences, and music is the reason for all of those
Right.
experiences. So yes, it was
Fantastic. And you guys have a gig coming up, an actual live in-person gig, right?
Do we?
Well, let's see. We
On
have.
Thursday, don't you have something in
Here we
mind?
go.
do.
Rose was
I'm
talking
joking.
about this.
I forgot about that. I'm sorry. No, I didn't forget, but I mean, my brain is, so we are playing at the Miami Beach Botanical Gardens with the amazing Paul Shuchuk. It's the three of us, and
Oh, good. Nice.
we are so fortunate because we have another, speaking of which, chemistry, we have a lot of chemistry. And so that's a swing, I think it's a Mingle and Jingle. That's the name of it. Mingle and Jingle event, and I will post it on my timeline on Facebook after the show. So I think they're only selling 70 tickets, and I'm not sure if it's sold out. I can't promise you if there are any
Yeah.
available. But everything is going to be safe and spaced out, and it's a big space, a big area, so it will be
Great.
safe and sanitized.
Oh, cool.
Outside, so.
Isn't that crazy that we have to think about? It's going to be safe and sanitized.
Safe and sanitized.
and
Separated.
separated.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
But that's where we're at.
I
We might
just-
be laughing about this time next year.
I hope so.
Well,
With any luck.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Laughing, I don't know, but just
Yeah, right. Relieved.
kind of, just,
Being able to relax a little bit, like let your guards down, and it's so
Yeah.
I feel it's
Yeah.
constantly when I'm out and about, I feel sometimes when I have the mask on, like I don't even want to look at people. That in this weird way, it's like I don't want to breathe because I don't want them to think I might be breathing on them, and I don't want them to breathe. It's like such a weird.
It is
time.
weird. It's strange. I was in an elevator the other day, and long story short, a lady wanted to get on the elevator with me, and I told her. She said, "Can I get on with you?" And I said, "No." And she was mad. And
This is my elevator.
I said, "You asked. You asked."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I felt bad, but then I thought about it, and I thought, it's nothing to get upset over, especially if you ask.
Absolutely not.
It's being
Of course.
polite. So
Yeah.
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 it's a few minutes.
Oh man, I touch the elevator buttons now with my elbows.
Oh,
I've
I've always done that, Wendy. I've always done that.
I never have. But it's
Oh,
like weird to
no.
think about that, But anyway,
Oh,
it's
my
what we
gosh.
have to do right now, and hopefully
It
it'll be
is.
over. So, well,
It is.
I miss hanging out with you. I miss just
Oh, I
listening to
miss you.
music and making music and
Yes.
yeah.
Thanks again for the great music and the the fun times and going down memory lane with us. It was fantastic. We've hung out a bit, but I did not know any of these stories.
And I
so-
look forward to your CD, your brand new
Yes.
CD. I can't wait to see the cover now because you've already been naked. What is next?
We'll be in blankets.
Yeah. Layers.
We'll
Layers.
be all covered up, like,
They'll be wearing only finger puppets.
Yeah. Mask. We'll have the mask on.
That's
mask.
true. That's true.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll look forward to that as well. I imagine once that's released, that'll be on your website,
It
which
will
we should
be.
put up one more time.
Which is davisanddow.com.
Yep.
Could,
Yes,
couldn't be
yes.
easier. All right, so we will say goodnight to you. Thank you so very much.
You.
We love you, and
Love you guys.
We love you too.
we
so
love your
much.
music
We'll be in touch.
Thank you.
Good night.
with our elbows.
Davis and Dow, folks.
Oh,
Come on.
fantastic! So great.
How fun is that?
Want to thank our partners in crime that we thank every week, goldcoastjazz.org, the Gold Coast Jazz Society, which their website is goldcoastjazz.org, miamijazz.org, which is the Miami Jazz Cooperative, the Sunshine Jazz Organization, which is www.sunshinejazz.org, and also the South Florida Jazz, which you can find at southfloridajazz.org. And they have a series, a virtual concert series come up, which they just released, the 2021 virtual concert series, which is fantastic because they put on amazing shows every single year. And this year the theme is Impressions, and it's going to feature the John Diversa Quintet, the Joe Locke Quartet, Dan Tepfer solo piano, and David Kikoski quartet featuring Eric Alexander. So in order to find out more how you can watch it and stream it, and how much it is and all that good stuff, you would go
I'm sure
to.
that would be on their site.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You would just go check out southfloridajazz.org. So, things are starting to move a little bit, online wise, and every once in a while, little gigs like this jingle and mingle kind of thing. And we're grateful for everything. Any kind of chance that we can make music is great. Want to let you know what's coming up, because we have next week is going to be our holiday extravaganza, and we have so many friends that we're going to feature next week doing holiday music, and it's going to just be amazing. Actually, Davis and Dow submitted something. Nikki and me and Jim Gazier are doing something together. Rick
Jesse
Creevy,
Jones.
Jesse Jones Jr. is
It's
doing
gonna
something.
be a cornucopia.
Brenda Alford is doing something. I think Nicole Yarling's Nicole Henry, Nicole's confused. Nicole Henry's going to do something a little special for us.
Yes.
Sandy Polterak.
There's-
Michael Levine.
Yeah.
I mean, so many.
Lots
It's
of
going to be
people.
so fun. So I think we're going to have a special visit from Santa Claus. So you want to tune in for that. That should be a lot of fun. And you're going to get a chock full of holiday music. If you haven't had your fill of holiday music, you probably will get your stocking stuffed full of holiday music next Monday. So we hope you join us. And then the following Monday, December 28th, will be the one and only Eddie Balsola. With an Oriente, which is Latin jazz, and we actually just recorded that yesterday. We went and recorded a live set from them, and it's fantastic. So you want to stay tuned for that. And that, believe it or not, is the last Monday of December of the year.
Incredible.
But you know what? I'm not going to be sad to see 2020 go, I must say.
Not
So,
in the least.
but we've gotten to spend a lot of great time and learned a lot about heard a lot of music and got to learn a lot about the musicians.
That's
and
true.
so we
Silver
are
lining.
grateful we are very grateful for that. So anyway, we hope to see you next week for our holiday extravaganza. And until then, we'll see you soon.
Good night.
Stay safe.